Всем привет! Hello everyone and welcome to Opera on Tap's Drunk Opera History Aperitif on Russian Opera. I'm your host, Elizabeth Kinder, and I'm so excited to share some facts, musical examples, and even a delicious beverage inspired by Russian opera. There are so many reasons to love operatic compositions from Russia. They can be epic, folksy, romantic, satirical, and we are going to cover all of that today. Firstly, let's start things off in true Russian style by pouring a drink. The cocktail I'm going to share with you today is called Tatiana's Moscow Mule. Tatiana is the heroine of Tchaikovsky's opera Eugene Onegin, which we are going to discuss in a little bit. This drink is a variation on the classic Moscow Mule, which combines lime, ginger beer, and of course, vodka. I added Blackberries and Elderflower Liquer in honor of Tatiana, who lives in the Russian countryside. Russian opera is often deeply rooted in folklore, so adding floral elements like blackberry and elderberry felt like a perfect way to put Russian opera in a glass.
To make Tatiana's Moscow Mule, muddle 3 to 4 fresh blackberries with a little sugar at the bottom of your glass. Next, add 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1.5 ounces of elderflower liqueur, and ice. Top with ginger beer. I don't have one of those fancy copper Mule mugs, so I'm adding a sprig of rosemary to give this drink some extra flair. Enjoy! Na zdarovya!
The first stop on our tour of Russian opera is the composer Mikhail Glinka. Glinka is considered to be the father of Russian classical music. He absorbed folk music as a child at his family's country estate, and then studied in Italy where he refined his composition skills. One of my favorite quotes from Glinka is, "For Russians, love is inseparable from sorrow." One of Glinka's most influential operas is A Life for the Tsar, an origin story about the Romanov dynasty. The opera is structured in a Western European style with arias and recitatives, but features Russian folk music and harmony. A Life for the Tsar created a standard for other composers who wanted to write operas based on famous events in Russian history, like Mussorgsky's Boris Godunov or Prokofiev's War and Peace. We can't talk about Russian opera without discussing the composer who wrote the most well-known and frequently performed works, Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. His most popular opera is Eugene Onegin, based on Pushkin's epic poem about a disillusioned aristocrat who captures the heart of an earnest country girl, Tatiana. Though Onegin crushes Tatiana at the beginning of the opera with his rejection, by the end of the story he has become infatuated with her, and she is the one to turn him down. I really like Tatiana because she is one of the only dramatic opera heroines who doesn't fall for a self-absorbed guy only to meet a tragic end. Even though Onegin begs her to leave her adoring husband Gremin, she sticks to her principles and turns the fickle Onegin away. Marcus Schenck is going to share a wonderful example of Russia's love for the rich, deep bass baritone voice. Here he is singing an excerpt from Gremin's aria from Eugene Onegin.
Onegin, я скрывать не стану. Безумно я люблю Татьяну. Тоскливо жизнь моя текла, она явилась и жгла, как солнце луч среди ненастья. Мне исчезнет молодость, и молодость, и счастье. Исчезнет молодость, и счастье.
Aside from romantic dramas like Tchaikovsky's Onegin, Yolanta, and The Queen of Spades, another branch of Russian opera is centered on folk tales. Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov has given us some of the most charming and beautiful operatic renditions of Russian folklore, like The Golden Cockerel, The Snow Maiden, and Sadko. In Rimsky-Korsakov's opera The Snow Maiden, the mythical snow creature Snegorochka falls in love with a human. Here to sing an excerpt from the Snow Maiden's aria is soprano Brianna Robinson.
Трошками по ягоду ходить, на клики к веселью отзываться. С девицами при превесенных песен. Бенежные горочки твои, безвестные жены в радости.
As we move into the 20th century, things are going to get pretty tough for our Russian composers. Stalin's vicious and often arbitrary persecution of artists and intellectuals was famously endured by Dmitri Shostakovich. Though Shostakovich enjoyed worldwide renown for works like his opera Lady Macbeth of the Mtsensk district and his 5th and 7th symphonies, he often slept fully dressed on his own doorstep with a packed suitcase at his side, just in case Stalin's forces showed up to arrest him. A masterful satirist, Shostakovich took many risks to express himself within the confines of Soviet censorship. His absurdist opera The Nose mocks societal hierarchy and police corruption, while Lady Macbeth presents a feminist protagonist oppressed by the grotesque men on her estate. The piece I'd like to share with you is from Satires, a song cycle written for the great Russian soprano Galina Vishnevskaya, herself a victim of Soviet injustice. Entitled The Kreutzer Sonata, this comedic piece quotes Beethoven's work of the same name and ironically references Tolstoy's short story, The Kreutzer Sonata, in which a man becomes disillusioned with love after killing his wife in a jealous rage.
Just
Большое спасибо. I hope you enjoyed this brief voyage into the entrancing world of Russian opera. Don't forget to tune in for more drunk opera history videos from Opera on Tap. Check out our website, operaontap.org/Boston, Facebook, and Instagram to see all of the different offerings for this fall, including a special concert entitled This Woman's Work, which will feature pieces by our favorite female composers. Until then, до свидания!